am Nanci and this is your ego. Yes, your ego can be a real. In the description below you can find a link to download a quick guide. Give them a good reason. So since this is not a psychology channel, I'm not going to dive deep into how the brain works and stuff. Since I'm here to tell you how to get more customers, the one and only psychological thing I'm gonna talk about is that your ego is just here to satisfy itself. It will force you to do stuff that will please itself. Not you, not your health, not your happiness, not your relationships, itself. That's why we've got addictions. It's why we get fat. That's why we sabotage our own job, our own success. That's another story. By the way, keep in mind that it will try to satisfy itself. It will force you to do stuff to satisfy itself. So if you had an idea for a business, for a product or service, it will force you to talk about that and keep on telling people how good your product or service is, and it will not serve you in selling this product or service because no one cares about your product or service. I always tell you that, right? And I keep on telling you that because business owners keep on forgetting about it. The one and only thing they want to talk about is their product or service. All my clients do that. All they would love to do is to talk about the features of the product or service. And you do not have to sell features, you sell benefits. So you will need to tell to your customers about the benefits they will get, the benefits that their ego will get. The same way your ego will force you to talk about your product or service and how good it is because it was your own idea. So it releases endorphins and stuff. I'm not good at chemistry, so I don't know anything about it. By the way, your ego will create chemical reactions that will make you feel happy. And so you will think that it's a good idea, but it's its own good idea to please itself, not anyone else, but itself. Not you, not your customers, not anyone. It's just about itself. You want to sell your product by talking about the benefits that your customer is gonna get. You want to take advantage of the idea that their ego is telling them. You want to tell them that your product or service is gonna make them the person that you want to be. That's what you have to do. Please stop talking about the features of your product or service because no one gives a damn about it. One thing you want to do is to build good marketing personas and try to figure out what they want to be because they are your potential customers. So if you want to get more customers, you have to appeal to your marketing personas. So you want to figure out what they want to be. They certainly have a model. Maybe it's someone famous, maybe it's someone they know. Certainly it's someone who is successful in what they're doing. So if they are athletes, their model might be, I don't know, Bolt, or I don't know anything about sports, so I'm not even trying to talk about it. To feed their ego, you want to point that model they have in mind and tell them that they're gonna be like that. Of course, a person is made of a lot of characteristics, so you want to tell your potential customers that they are gonna be like that for that small part that your product or service can solve. The small difference between them and their model will be solved by your product or service. Your customers will be able to imagine, to tell themselves a story about them becoming like their model thanks to your product or service. That's how you get more customers, by shutting down your ego. Because your ego is so not your friend. We are moved by three main reasons: sex, food, shelter. If we were wild animals, we would be happy by doing these three things. Since we humans evolved, we try to find those three things in everything. That's why the Pirelli calendar exists. What do beautiful girls have to do with tires? Absolutely nothing. That's just those three things: sex, food, shelter. We get fat because our brain is thinking about food. That's all our brain, our ego, our subconscious will think about. Always. So if you do not have anything else to do, you're gonna search for food and you will get fat. So you have to be the master of your own ego. You have to tell it, shut up. I have to please someone else's ego. You have to make it understand, let's say, that by pleasing your customer's ego, it's gonna get pleased. Otherwise, if you let it go wild, unleashed, your ego will keep on talking about your product or service because that's your thing. Because you had that idea by following a model, by thinking about your future self. So your ego thinks that that's the thing you have to push forward always in your life. But that's of course not true, because if you want to get more customers, you have to sell that product or service, your idea. You do that by pleasing their ego. And that's how you get more customers, by shutting down your own ego. Please your customer's ego. So now please my ego. Like the video, subscribe to my channel so we can make everyone love your business as much as you do. Don't forget to download your quick guide. Give them a good reason. Thanks for watching and see you next time with a new quick online marketing tip and a new downloadable freebie.